Hey guys, it's Ant here with Ant Collectibles, and today I'm excited to show you a very special review, and technically a test of time video because this guy is about 10 years old. This is Ghost Rider, Hot Toys MMS, I believe it's 133. This guy was very hard to find online. He goes up for I bought him for $700, but I've seen him new in box for $1,000. Now, I just got this figure the other day. I actually purchased him used, so he has been used, so technically this will also be a test of time video, and we'll be looking at the material on the suit and how it's held up over time. Starting off with the Ghost Rider head sculpt we have here, it's painted very nicely. It's a nice bone texture right here, and the paint is kind of a cream color. It's not completely white. It's pretty dark in some areas, like under the eyes or some brushing, and the jaw even moves up and down very little bit because it's hindered by the neck sleeve right there. I'm pretty sure if you push it all the way down and revealed some of the neck, you could get it to open further. But yeah, that's articulated. The back of his head, you can kind of see the back of the skull inside. It's not very well on camera, but there's natural light that hits the top of his skull. If you have a bright enough light hitting it, you can see inside of his eye. It's not showing up on camera, but it does glow a little bit. He does have a light up feature, and his eyes will definitely light up if you put in the batteries and flip the switch. The batteries that arrived with my figure have died, so I don't have that. I'm gonna order some batteries and do a YouTube short with the bike lit up, the head lit up, and my other Ghost Rider head lit up. So I'll be sharing that YouTube short whenever those come in. But yeah, this sculpt looks really nice. I thought it was gonna look too plasticky, but it looks real enough, and for the time, this was a pretty good figure, and I still think it's held up. And here we have the Nicolas Cage sculpt on the body. This sculpt is outstanding. I personally think this is my favorite sculpt I have in my collection. I think it's even the most realistic one. Now, the paint applications are a bit old because it's been 10 years. However, it looks fine in my collection next to newer sculpts. You can see the hair sculpted detail right there. It is a bit old, but it looks perfect in my opinion, and it looks exactly like Nicolas Cage. It fits well on the body. His head doesn't look too big, his neck doesn't look too long, but it fits well in here. I'm going to be using this head sculpt on my custom figure, my Chinese knockoff Robbie Reyes figure. I actually broke the neck on that one, so I can't have the ghost head on that one, so I'm going to be popping this head sculpt on that figure. Another thing to note about this head sculpt is that it has a little neck peg like this, so it's compatible with whatever bodies and figures have this little peg right here. Alright, moving on to the jacket here. This is all pleather. The entire suit is all pleather except for this shirt right here. I was very scared ordering this because he's got little jacket zippers, and they have pleather on them too. There's literally pleather everywhere. The zippers, the belt, the back of the jacket has stitching. The stitching is holding up. The seller did say that he think it was coming undone, but I personally don't think so. The only thing that looks like it's coming undone is the belt. It's pretty loose and it's popping out. I just gotta pull this belt to get it straightened up. His gauntlets have these nice spikes that he had in the movie, and it's got some designs on it too right here on the gauntlet. It's like a kind of like a cowboy pattern on it. His pants are also pleather, so be wary of that. He's got also that cowboy pattern on his jeans too, but this is all leather, so be careful posing because this stuff will crack over time. I'm surprised that it hasn't. I have no cracking on mine at all. But yeah, all pleather, very dangerous if you know how figures work. He has his boots. Now his boots are very nice. Let's see if I can get focus on that. Yeah, his boots, just normal cowboy boots kind of. Right here. There we go. Now this is a better shot of his boots. They articulate well. Now this figure only comes with 4 hands, as you can see here, even including the 2 on the body. This one's just like a holding hand. He can be holding the shotgun in this hand, or he could be holding his chains. I do like the spikes that come on the hand. That's pretty nice, and they're not too sharp, so you're not going to spike yourself with it. This next hand right here is just a closed fist. He comes with 2 of these, so that's that one and this one. Closed fist with some spikies. And then this is the shotgun hand for when he's having his trigger on his gun. So you can use the trigger finger and the holding hand to put him on the bike. Moving on to his accessories, he comes with a cowboy gun. This has a lever action to it, so it actually can move. And when you move this, you can see a shotgun shell pop up. And that's just so awesome. The attention to detail is pretty crazy for something that came out so long ago. But yeah, this is his normal gun that he comes with. And this one right here is the Hellfire weapon. So for Ghost Rider, whenever he touches like a weapon or a vehicle, he can possess it. And this is just the possessed gun of this one right here. So that's the possessed version of it. It feels more like a rubber, and I think it looks a bit bent right here on the barrel, but I'm not sure if that's meant to be like that. I let it slide because you know, it's warped metal, so of course it would have a bend to it, I guess. But I like this one out of the 2 just because of the detail that it has on it, and you can see the little shotgun shell. Up next, we have his Hellfire chain. This chain is very, very, very long. This one's even longer than the Robbie Reyes one that I got from the China knockoff one. The only difference is that this one has a spike at the end. He has this chain in the movie, and the other end does not have a spike to it, unfortunately, but just this side does. So this is his Hellfire chain. It's made out of metal, and it's pretty nice. It's not too heavy. It's not heavy at all, actually. And he carries this very nicely. You can wrap it around his body. Now this is the Hell Cycle he comes with. I believe they released a 2-pack, which is the one I got, and they released one with just Ghost Rider himself. Now the box this guy came with was humongous. So this bike is 1/6 scale. It's pretty long, but I uploaded a video showing the details of it and how it fits in a detail. So if you guys want to go check that out, feel free to. But yeah, this is the Hell Cycle he comes with, and I think this is awesome, and it's a must for the figure. So going over articulation on this guy, I'm going to be careful with this one because this is a long since sold out figure. This is actually the oldest figure I own. And he's also 100% pleather, so I am not going to push it too far. I will show you the comfortable links I am pushing it to. So his arm, be very careful when you're moving it up. It goes to about there, upwise on the bicep right there. It does have a swivel, but I'm not going to push it too much. His arm is, I think it's single jointed, so it'll go up to there. And his wrist is just a normal wrist peg. Pushing that back down. He does have some crunch to him, but it's more from the waist. His crunch in the middle, it goes back mostly, but again, the only crunch you're going to get is from like the waist joint, not the chest one. His arms will go up to here. Again, they'll go in, I think, about 90 degrees, but then you're starting to pull that pleather right there. So I would be very, very careful. And if you're getting this figure, you're paying about $7,000 to $1,000 for him. So no crazy poses with this guy, unfortunately. Let's see about here on the legs. You can see this is pulling apart, so you want to be careful. It's pulling this open, actually. You can move the legs to about here. Then you're starting to pull the pleather. And I don't want to ruin these pants because these are special pants. You can't really replace them because of this design right here. On the back, nothing's really getting pulled when you have him standing in a standing pose. But yeah, that's about it for the articulation. You can get him on the bike, but you got to be very careful. I would raise the legs, and to get him on the bike, use the waist crunch to get his legs higher up. And then you got to split the legs push him down a little bit. Again, you don't want to leave it there for a long time. Let's see if we can get him on the bike. So wrapping up on my Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider figure from Hot Toys. This figure I've been waiting for a long time to get. I finally just bit the bullet, pulled the trigger, and paid the money for him. I was scared that his leather was going to come damaged and it was going to flake once I got it. It's still fine now. I am a bit worried still on posing him, so I'm just going to leave him in a museum pose, if you will. I would love to pose him on the bike, but I just don't want the special pants just ripping, because he has that unique cowboy texture on it, and I really appreciate that design, so I don't want to replace that. He looks well with standing poses. He's got the presence, so I don't think you need him on the bike. The bike does fit into a DTOF though, so yeah. His head is removable. As you can see, you could put in the light up functions, and you can swap him out with a Nicolas Cage head as well. The Nick Cage head sculpt is pretty well. I love it. It's honestly my favorite in the collection, and you know, it has to compete with the Captain America sculpt that they put out for the Endgame figure. The Nicolas Cage sculpt is, of course, the paint. It's a little bit older, but the sculpt itself, and I think the way that DTOF lights, Luke lights hit it, it just works fine, and it looks amazing. And I'm glad to have them in my collection. If you like this video, go ahead and like and leave a comment, and I will get back to you in the comment section. So, looking forward to the next video, and I will see you guys then. Goodbye. Finn.